Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Angry Black Femme Podcast, the political podcast that discusses all things politics from my point of view, I guess, or from the point of view of a young black queer person. Let's get right into it, I guess. I just wanted to apologize, to start this off by apologizing for my absence. I've posted one episode, the first mini episode, in April, late April. I don't know the exact date, but I do know that I haven't posted since then. And that's an issue that I'm willing to address. A lot of factors were playing into that and why I wasn't posting. One of those being my equipment. Y'all know from the jump, I've been discussing my equipment issues and the problems with what I've recorded with, or the lack of equipment. So, back when the first episode dropped, it's not even a good episode, but I'm going to delete it. But back when the first episode dropped, I was recording on my phone, using my iPhone and my iPhone headphones. And when I tell y'all, it was the most ghetto setup of all time. I took my phone, plugged it up with the headphones, put it on my bed, and this is the ghetto part, y'all. I got a selfie stick and I stuck it into like my bed frame, and I rigged the microphone on the headphones onto it, and I spoke into it. That might be why the audio's not the best on that one. So now you know why. I think I've made it clear since that episode that my audio setup was not the best. But since then, I've purchased, or my dad has purchased, a microphone for me. A blue Yeti. No, a blue Snowball. And I ordered a pop filter with it too. And so then I went and I was using my cousin's laptop. It's a blue HP for anybody who was wondering. And that worked, I guess, until it didn't. And by that, I mean that I was like, yeah, I'm going to be able to record podcast episodes and all that. And then when it came time to do it, 20 minutes would go by and the recording would stop because it ran out of storage. And so I'd be sitting there like, hold on, what am I going to do now? Like, the 20 minutes was only, I think, the intro and getting the current events done. That's it. And it would run out. I had so much more to talk about, and I couldn't do that because there was no space on it. And so I would try to record and try and delete things, but it just wouldn't work. And so I kept trying. It wouldn't go past 20. But while I was doing that, I was also working on my music. And and then I recently got a MacBook Pro, and it's doing me just fine. It's having some issues with the RAM, so I have to see about that. But other than that, it's working fine. And so I've been trying to get episodes out, and like, even when I had this MacBook, I recorded an episode, and I did not like the way that it sounded. Not the audio, just like the stuff in the background. You could hear how I sounded, how I pronounced stuff, how you can hear the saliva in my mouth sometimes. It was a real issue for me. And I know I've realized that podcasts don't have to be perfect, but I want mine to be a good podcast, so especially after so long of not releasing any content. So and that's why I've been gone, I guess. Since then, obviously, I've gotten a microphone and a MacBook and all that, but since then I've just been doing me, waking up, doing what normal people do, and I lead that into saying this. I've been trying to say this for every episode I've recorded. Use this quarantine time to do what makes you happy. And by that, I mean anything that makes you happy, you should go do it. Anything, not anything. I hate saying anything because, I'm not talking about like going committing heinous crimes or anything. I'm talking about like, if you want to sleep till 3, do that. Do just that. If you want to eat a whole sheet cake by yourself, I don't recommend it. You might get a stomach ache, but if you would like to do that, go ahead and do that. Ain't nobody stopping you. Go the fuck. I'm filming by the window, and I don't know if a bug just hit the outside window, but some noise was just made, so please disregard it. It just happened again. Lord Jesus. Anyways, do what makes you happy. Anything that makes you happy, go do it. Don't listen to these random capitalists telling you to go and do some work, to go and get a job. Don't listen to them. Not one bit. Please don't. Because you'll find yourself being very unhappy. Not a bird. Anyways, especially in a time like this where unhappiness is more common. We're going through a pandemic and we have a president that won't do anything about it. That's not taking the appropriate steps necessary to do anything about it. And I don't like that. And so between that, the feeling of hopelessness that may come because you just don't know when this is going to end, and everything else, it is okay to be unhappy. It's common to be unhappy in a time like this. I hate to sound like Victoria Justice or whatever. If you get it, then you get it. But I think we're all unhappy. I think we all are experiencing some form of unhappiness during this time. Whether it be from fear that you may get this virus, or fear that you don't know when this is going to end, or the tiredness that you may feel of doing the same things every day, over and over and over again, or the fear of what's going to happen with your finances, or what's going to happen in the year of 2020. It's common. And so, would you rather spend your time being unhappy and doing things that farther push you into unhappiness? Or would you rather do things that make you feel good? Open for discussion. There's a wrong answer, okay? Do what makes you feel good, obviously. And so I'm not going to speak too much more into that, but I've been doing what makes me feel good. Not everything, but I've been doing things that make me feel good, because already unhappy, what's the point in doing things that make you more unhappy? So go ahead, eat that cake, sleep till 3, stay up till 3, watch your favorite TV show, do something that makes you happy every single day. And if you are an essential worker during this time, I commend you. You are doing the Lord's work, and you deserve $10,000, more than that, but at least $10,000 and a vacation after this is all over. And so, let's get into my current events. So first, we're going to talk about how Breonna Taylor's death is not a meme. Now, I know y'all been on the tweeters. I know y'all been all up and down Twitter. I know y'all probably watched the BET Awards. And I did too. it wasn't bad. Amanda Seales hosted it. It wasn't bad. She did a good job, and it was going good. My wife, Megan Thee Stallion, performed, and she did an amazing job. But one thing that really stuck out to me was Dababy's performance of Rockstar. Oh, shit. What the hell am I talking about? I just went over one current event to the other. Let's rewind that back. So I'm sure y'all been all up on Twitter, and y'all have seen or known about Breonna Taylor's death. The young woman who was shot in her sleep. And of course we've been trying to make light of it and get people to sign petitions, but recently, within like the last 2 weeks, I'm getting a little lightheaded. People have been making memes or clickbaity memes out of Breonna Taylor's death, and it's simply not cool. At first, I guess I found it funny, but it's not funny anymore. You scroll down the timeline. Good morning. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. La-da-dee. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Nah. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. You want to see some titties? Well, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Jesus. It's a mess. Truly a mess. And I'm not living for it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit because it's not a meme. It's not a quirky thing that you've turned into a meme. And somebody made the point about how non-black people, they are treating this like a joke. They are treating these protests as a way to push their anarchy agenda, to live out their Batman anarchy dreams and fantasies. When now's not that time to do so. And it's a mess. And so I'm glad they've started to slow down, but I need them to stop completely. Breonna Taylor is not a meme. She's not a quirky meme that you use for your performative activism. She's not. And so if you're going to tell people to arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor, do it respectfully, please. Lord Jesus. Do it respectfully. Not clickbaiting and... Please. It's very disrespectful. You want to do something? Continue speaking out about it in a respectful way. Sign petitions, share petitions, donate to the family's GoFundMe. Not make some quirky joke or meme about it. Thank you. Moving on to what I got brain farted about. Dababy's offensive BET performance. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen Dababy's performance. Well, I'm sure you guys have seen the entirety of the BET Awards or clips or whatever. Amanda Seales was hosting, and it was fine. Megan Thee Stallion performed, and she did amazing. But one performance that really stuck out to me was Dababy's performance. It didn't stick out in a good way. I know y'all just heard my mouth. I'm sorry. I'm working on it anyways. It stuck out to me in a terrible way. Because, it was horrible. So if you guys haven't seen, his performance starts out with him on the ground with a white cop putting his knee in Dababy's neck. A direct recreation of George Floyd's death. Now, y'all know I just spoke about using Breonna Taylor's death as a meme, which isn't funny. This is not funny neither. And it's not, I'm sure he wasn't aiming for it to be funny. And I'm sure he thought he was really doing something. But he should have given that more thought, because that was ignorant. not ignorant, I hate using that word.